Okay, let's welcome Paul Casey from Crushers GC.
I am the team. That's all that's left.
Paul, well played this week. We'll just start on the individual tied second here in Hong Kong. Can you just sum your week up for us?
Yeah, it was a really good week. I feel like I've been trending. My Koba was better than last year, sort of, and then Vegas was maybe fifth or something like that. Going in the right direction. I struggled a bit last week, but I didn't have Johnny with me, my caddy, either. He didn't make it to Jeddah, so he's back on the bag this week, and then a second. So, yeah. I mean, you know, some great golf. I'm not going to measure it on the playoff hole, on one tee shot or something like that. It was a really good week.
Awesome. As a team, you brought your winning form from last week in Jeddah. Can you just sum up the week here in Hong Kong and the past couple of weeks on the road?
That's awkward. You can't cross legs. Summing up the week for the team.
Yeah.
So proud of my team. My team's awesome. Even though they're not here, they've all deserted me. I make my apologies for my team. Charles Howe's got a flight, I think, about 7:30, and so does Nick, his caddy. But I've got no idea where Bryson is. He's got no excuses. What a great group of guys. We've got something, we spoke briefly about it after Jeddah, that we've got something that you can't measure, and I firmly believe that. You know, we're all very different in our approaches on how we not only play golf, but how we prepare for the week and various things like that. There's not a lot of similarities or you know, similar traits. But I think that's what's beautiful about it. And we spoke after we won the championship last year. Bryson is, and I've had some experience at team golf. Bryson's been a bloody good captain. And I think part of that, being a good captain, is letting guys do what they do best in order for them to, you know, go do what you need to do to play the best golf. He doesn't try to necessarily control us. And you get what you get. You know, we've had some great results. Jeddah was obviously a shock. I mean, that was out of left field. The guys shooting 20 under par on Sunday was ridiculous. But even today, I don't think we were even on the leaderboard with sort of 9 holes to go. So proud of them.
I think you started the day 7 shots behind going into the final round. Is there a particular moment during the round when you feel like the tide turning?
For the team?
For the team, yeah.
Honestly, I actually didn't look at the leaderboard. Okay. I was too busy playing with Brooks and Bryson. I was too busy trying to beat those two great players. You know, Brooks dropped a couple of shots, but Bryson suddenly got going with his eagle on 13, and suddenly like, you know, here we go, classic Bryson. So I just wanted to stay ahead of him, and I was not paying any attention to the team element. Normally I do. Well, that's not right. I mean, I was actually I was hoping for a team playoff because we've not had one yet, and I still kind of want one. But I didn't think we would be involved. I didn't think we were going to be a part of that. It's all Rippers and even Majestics were up there, sort of 3rd or 4th at one stage. So no, it was a shock, and I got my head down personally for the last few holes, and so didn't pay attention to it.
The good people of Hong Kong have really turned out in force this week. Can you just describe the atmosphere throughout the week and what's the support been like for you guys?
It's such a great city. I love this place. It's been a while since I've been here, having played a few Hong Kong Opens. Never played the golf course particularly well until this week. But what a city. And cities are made by its residents, and they're fantastic people. We've had a wonderful time this week. I must say a massive thanks to everybody in Hong Kong, but certainly the members of Hong Kong Golf Club. Peter Lam, I'll pick one person out for treating so many of us to some amazing food this week. Yeah, an absolute joy. You know, it was a buzz. You know, this goes down as Adelaide's probably the one that we're all measuring things by, but Hong Kong should be very proud of themselves.
Over to you, Mike.
Oh, just to confirm, so during the round today, you and Bryson never had any kind of conversation about how the team was doing, that, hey, we got a chance at this thing, that type of thing?
No, it's no. I was more asking him why the hell we're wearing 4 different outfits as a team. We've all got the same shirt on, which we should have taken off and put on worn on the podium. But everybody, clearly, we have a group chat. Clearly, nobody chats to each other in our team. So,
well, I was going to ask you what happens between the end of a second round and the start of a third round, particularly these last 2 weeks with the team. Do you guys say anything? Do you have any? Does Bryson give you a pep talk? Or is it just business as usual? What's the approach during that time?
No, there's. I mean, I won't. It's usually like, let's go get this, something to that effect, in various forms. You know, on a group chat that we have. Something to that effect. You know, let's go take care of business tomorrow. That kind of thing goes around. Look, we've got a lot of encouragement within the team on an individual level, and I think that just kind of takes care of the team element. If whoever, Charles plays well, everybody else, great playing, Charles. You know, it just feeds itself. You know, it's nobody's singled out. I mean, I know Bryson gets all the attention, as he should. If I hit the golf ball like that, you'd give me more attention, but it's, the rest of us don't. Actually, it's quite nice because it takes the pressure off us to a certain degree. We kind of just float around underneath and do our thing, and he's happy to take the attention. And yeah, but there's I don't know if I've necessarily answered your question. We just say we've got something. We keep encouraging each other, and that ends up being a great formula for the team success.
Did you guys have any chat when it was announced that there were 4 scores were going to count on Sunday? Because obviously that seems to play into your favor. Yeah,
I mean, my initial thought was I wasn't sure, just on the basis of if there's an injury or illness, what happens? You know, what are the logistics for that? And my opinion was I wasn't necessarily sure of it when it was announced. But then on the flip side, if you can take that out of it and nobody gets sick or injured, that's awesome for us. It's almost unfair. We have the depth, we have the strength. So I feel like any one of us on the Crushers can win any given week on any given golf course.
One last question from me. Just kind of take us through the playoff hole, maybe what was going on after the tee shot, I don't know.
I was just trying to, it's such a difficult tee shot. It's maybe the most difficult tee shot on this golf course. And the most penal, because you get it either side. You miss it left, you miss it right. You're blocked out by trees. And, a treacherous green with a lot of pitch to it. As Abe showed, if you stick it in the middle of the fairway, you can be very aggressive. Birdie is still an unbelievable score in that hole. I personally, after just leaking the tee shot right, just trying to get it down to a nice yardage and be aggressive, which is what I did. I'm not measuring my week on one hole. It was a great week, loved it, and very happy for Abe. Abe's an absolute sweetheart, love him, and very happy for him to get a victory. And hopefully I'll get mine soon.
Paul, the 16th hole, that birdie from the bunker. I mean, it was not just needed for you; it was needed also for the team, and you did that. That was some spectacular bunker shot.
I was just focusing on myself, though. In reality, I mean, I had one of my keys this week. I had a great attitude, and yes, I was very aggressive on that second shot. I mean, it landed just mere inches away from the cup, which was not where I was trying to land it. I was trying to land it about 3 paces short. But I was proud of how aggressive I hit that shot and the swing I made. It was not that difficult a bunker shot, if I'm being honest. The grain was into me and it was quite flat, and the ball was maybe on a tiny bit of an upslope. So, but I actually didn't know the scores. So I knew it was close. It wasn't until I held it and I looked at the leaderboard and realized where I was. But it was still in fact, the week was great, but the round of golf today, maybe one of the best rounds of golf I've played in 6 months or a year.
Paul, thank you very much. Congratulations
Yeah,
this week.
thanks. Thank you, everybody.